Welcome back to Sport on 7, looking back at a busy summer 2013 with so much sport to watch and with so much sport to play at Dubai Sports World. It made sense for myself and Chris McCarley to see exactly what you could get involved with at the Indoor Sports Complex Centre this summer. Yes, hello, welcome to Dubai Sports World. Really the place to be for all of your sport this summer in Dubai. It's a fantastic facility, and what we'll do is, over the next 10 minutes or so, we'll show you around the best and the highlights of what this place has been offering over the summer, over the last 8 weeks or so. Chris McCarthy, once again alongside me for Sport on 7. Good to have you back. Good summer?
A very good summer, Tom. I am glad the new football season has kicked off, though. It's going to be an exceptional season across the European League, so I'm glad it's back. It has been a long, hot summer here in the UAE.
Now, I know a while ago I promised you that we would be reporting pitchside at live football around the world. It's not Old Trafford at the moment, it is Dubai Sports World, but we're getting there.
It is a fantastic facility as well. It's not a bad place to start off our season, as you would say.
Absolutely. Well, let's start off with talking to you about the biggest local story in football over the summer. It really has been an ongoing story as well between two clubs, the two best teams in the UAE, Al Ain the champions and Al Ahly who finished runners-up last season. Of course, Quique Sanchez quit as boss as Al Ahly, and who did they go and get to replace him? Well, only the current reigning champion of the Arabian Gulf League.
Indeed, Cosmin Olaru named as Al Ahly's new boss. It would be akin, in many ways, to Jose Mourinho leaving Barcelona or leaving Real Madrid, as it would be to go to Barcelona. A massive story here in the UAE. Cosmin Olaru, the man that Al Ahly have entrusted with the job of taking them back to the Arabian Gulf League title. It's the first time since they won the UAE League since 2009. He's been handed a 3-year deal. 4 million euros a season as well, the highest paid remaining coach in world football. It shows you the faith they've placed in him. He's got a very big task as well, because of course he's left a wonderful squad there at Al Ain. Of course, their new boss, Jorge Fossati, he inherits a wonderful squad, the likes of Asamoah Gyan, Omar Abdulrahman still there, so a wonderful, wonderful squad. Cosmin Olaru got all to do, but he talked very well in his first press conference as Al Ahly boss, and he's got a tough task because there's a lot of pressure on the Romanian this coming season.
Well, of course, Sport on 7 were there to hear from Cosmin as he was unveiled as the Al Ahly manager, and this is what he had to say at a very interesting press conference.
I know that Al Ahly have a great history, and they want to be again in top, and my wish and our wish, all the staff, is to get back Ahly on the top. Will not be easy, but you know, all the time you have to accept the challenge, you have to accept the competition, and for me, I think in this moment is a new challenge. Then I accept, and I'm happy to join Al Ahly and to work with them to reach the target that we propose.
Cosmin Olaru there, speaking at his first press conference as Al Ahly boss here in Dubai. The question is he worth the 4 million euros per season, and will he bring Al Ahly that championship?
It's a very good question, Tom. I guess only time will tell. Of course, this is a man, he has won the last 2 championships here in UAE with Al Ain, so on that basis alone, you could say yes, he is worth the money. Of course, he will have to lead Al Ahly, and there's a lot of pressure on the Romanian to guide the Red Knights to the title this season. As I said earlier, they have not won the title since 2009. He is a man that's well versed, if you will. He's managed in Saudi Arabia as well as the UAE, has a couple of years experience here now. The one question mark you could say that is on him is, of course, he has failed in Asia, and whether Al Ahly in the coming years will look to that. Very much though, the first task is getting them back to the pinnacle of UAE football, and you could say there is no better man than Cosmin Olaru.
Well, talking of pinnacle of football, you have to look at the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, as well as the big Premier League teams, and of course Bayern Munich now as well. It's been a big summer for all of those clubs, and funny actually, you look at those biggest clubs around Europe and around the world now, all of them have Fly Emirates, Qatar Airways or Etihad Airways across their shirts. It's very much a Middle Eastern world nowadays, isn't it? But for Barcelona, for Manchester City, good seasons to look ahead to?
It's been a big summer. I think Barcelona, of course, the the sad news coming out of the Camp Nou, of course, Tito Vilanova having to step down, a reoccurrence of that cancer, and he's got a long fight ahead of him, and we do wish Tito well. The new man in position, Tato Martino, the former old Newsboy coach, he comes with a big reputation, a man who enjoys the pressing game that Barcelona have become very synonymous with, very famous for over the past couple of years. So he's been brought in, an Argentinian like Lionel Messi. Of course, there's all the intrigue as well surrounding Neymar, the new poster boy of Brazilian football, if you will. So look out for Barcelona this season. They've got a big challenge ahead of them. Of course, Real Madrid with Carlo Ancelotti in charge as well. So Real Madrid look very good on paper. Been very impressed with the signings that they've made. But Barcelona, looking at Martino, looking at Neymar, they remain very much the team to beat in Spain. In terms of Germany, the interesting one of that, of course, a former Barcelona coach, Pep Guardiola. 9 wins from 9 in pre-season, 61 goals. But then the wheels came off, if you will, in that German Super Cup. A 4-2 defeat to Borussia Dortmund, who I must say were absolutely superb on the night. The counter-attack in football, I'd argue there is no finer team in Europe on the counter-attack. And with the pace that they have, Robert Lewandowski remains there. Of course, he was the scourge of Real Madrid in the Champions League last season. They could really give Dortmund, Bayern, a really good run for their money. For the simple reason is, you see Guardiola is going to take time to embed his ideas, his philosophy at the Allianz Arena.
Absolutely. Manchester City as well, of course. Lots of interest here in the UAE for the Abu Dhabi-owned team. Big season ahead for them, and really one that they will be wanting to pounce on, with the likes of United going through change, Chelsea as well.
Indeed, and you must say they've put out a real statement of intent. £90 million spent, and I guess the big signing, if you will, Stefan Jovetic. Look out for this young kid, Montenegrin international, signed from Fiorentina. He's had a knee injury in the past, a very serious knee injury as well, but he's got the whole lot. He's very talented. He's diminutive, and he'll probably look to play behind Sergio Aguero next season. So look out for Manchester City. The addition of Fernandinho, I'm a big fan of the Brazilian. He'll partner up with Yaya Toure in the centre of the midfield. So under Manuel Pellegrini, look out for Manchester City to be good. Chelsea, as you rightly point out, have gone through change, but Jose Mourinho, he is the special one, or the happy one as he now wants to be known. Look out for them. I think their squad is brilliant. David Moyes, of course, a big ask for him replacing Sir Alex Ferguson.
Absolutely. Well, that's pretty much the big football stuff of the summer. I'm not sure if there's any kind of Messis around Dubai Sports World, but we'll certainly have a look.
Well, apart from you, Tom.
Obviously. And we'll have a little look around and go to some other major sporting highlights in Dubai Sports World and bring you the big stories as well. So from football, where they have around about 8 or more, in fact, football pitches here at Dubai Sports World, we have found the tennis courts. Plenty of these to practice your tennis skills on, and what a great summer of tennis has been. It's, of course, a big sport here in the UAE. I'm not quite sure what the surface is here. It's not grass of Wimbledon. It's not clay, is it? What is it, Chris?
I think it's Lego.
Lego, right, okay. I'm not sure when the next Lego Grand Slam is, but it's going to be here at Dubai Sports World anyway. A great summer for tennis. Andy Murray winning Wimbledon was truly spectacular, really. But also coming up here in the UAE, starting off in December, it's going to be a fantastic tournament up in the capital.
Indeed it is. Mubadala World Tennis Championship just this past few weeks, announcing both Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray, both world's numbers 1 and 2, are both coming back now. Of course, Novak Djokovic, the reigning champion, he's won it the last 2 times. Andy Murray, of course, won it, the inaugural one, back in 2009. So a great spectacle for fans. Both Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic, they are the go-to men, if you will, in tennis right now. They've been in stupendous form over the past 18 months or so. So a real good. And look out as well, it must be said, there will be another 4 names announced. We do not know yet those 4 names who they will be, but it will certainly be, if anything that has gone on in the past few years, we do know that it will be big names in tennis.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event if you are here over the Christmas period, of course. Andy Murray, of course, went out in the first round last year, so that won't be happening again in the form that he is showing at the moment. Of course, it is them on their way to Australia, getting ready for the Australian Open, so they'll be wanting to win right from the very off of that brand new season. So if you want to play your tennis and get to the likes of the standards of Andy Murray, Dubai Sports World is the place to be on the Lego courts. It's not actually Lego, but it's a pretty good surface, whatever it is, and you can play some good tennis down here. So football done, tennis done, and now we find ourselves at one of the basketball courts here at Dubai Sports World. Of course, we had Big Shot Horry on Sport on 7 earlier on, and basketball is a sport here in Dubai which is very popular, isn't it?
It is indeed, Tom, and you have to say it's only going to continue to grow. I guess the guys like Robert Horry coming over here, showcasing their undoubted ability, and of course Robert Horry 7 championships as well. One other man that we're expecting in the UAE in September is Kobe Bryant. So if Robert Horry's a legend, Kobe Bryant's an even bigger one, an NBA superstar. He is expected to be here for 3 days in September. We don't quite know the details yet, but what we do know is he's coming over here. We think there's an all-star match in the running as well, which, Tom, me and you should definitely get suited up for. I've got the height, you've got the point guard stature, and with Kobe Bryant, you never know, we could take the NBA by storm.
Absolutely, 7 championship titles, all ours. So basketball is ever popular here. If you're a big fan, keep an eye out to what's coming up in the UAE later on this year in 2013. Football done, tennis done, basketball done. Let's find out what we can find next. Now, cycling in Dubai is another sport which is growing all the time, and here at Dubai Sports World, cycling, they have that ticked. I'm taking a class at the moment, actually, but one of my students is not really putting the effort in. Chris McCarty, come on. Chris, come on. Come on, Chris. Chris, can you... Oh. I take it from that performance, Chris, he won't be doing the Dubai 92 Spinning Cycle Challenge at 92 kilometres around Dubai later on this year.
Absolutely no chance. But what I would say is, if you're not in the shape I am and in way better shape, get down to it, because it is a wonderful event there. I think it's the 4th annual one as well, and each time they've been, I think, over 1,200 last year, so it's growing all the time. They have big hopes of making it one day similar to Cape Town, which I know has about 80,000 participants. It's a great course, the scenic route that you take, and it's certainly something that I should be taking part in this year. I definitely need to get into some shape first.
I think you're doing a haircut as well, because that'll slow
me down, exactly.
Friday the 13th, that is happening, December. So get involved in the Dubai 92 Spinning Cycle Challenge. Talking of cycling, of course, what a summer again for British cycling. Bradley Wiggins in 2012, 2013, Chris Froome takes the Tour de France title.
And unbelievable as well. Some style from Chris Froome. Of course, you may remember he was the backup, the support act, if you will, to Bradley Wiggins 12 months ago. It was his turn to shine this year. An absolutely fantastic win. 4 minutes and 20 seconds he ended up taking the title by. And I guess from a cycling's enthusiast point of view, it really does throw up the intriguing prospect in 2014. Bradley Wiggins returns from injury. Chris Froome, what do Team Sky do about that? Because of course they are teammates. There's bad blood between the both of them as well. So all looking forward to a very, very good 12 months ahead as well.
I say they cross the line at exactly the same time in Paris. Chris McCarty, thank you very much for your time on Sport on 7 this week, going through the big stories of the summer of 2013, and back to you training.
I'll try, Tom.
Thanks, Chris McCarty. All that time to himself this summer, and still he's not found the time to get a haircut or indeed a shave. He won't be winning the Tour de France anytime soon either. That's it for Sport on 7 this week. We'll be back, though, soon enough with more sport. Until then, I'm Tom Bushell. Goodbye.